Hi, haven't posted TikTok in a while, of me just talking to the camera. So, I wanted to do that. I wanted to talk about a part of my testimony. So, if you're new to my page, hi, I'm Kennedy. 3 years ago, I was bitten by a cat that had rabies. It made me extremely sick, put me on life support, in a coma. I died, I came back to life, all of the fun things. Actually only 4 months ago, I had a tracheostomy, which is a whole breathing tube that goes into your neck. I do have a central line, and I had a feeding tube as well. And I couldn't walk, I couldn't breathe on my own, eat on my own, anything. And so we were told multiple times that there was nothing medically that could be done for me, and that, in the words of somebody that is very close to me, said to me, we all thought it was hopeless. And now saying that, it sounds bad, but it really was. Like, I'm telling the truth that prognosis, I was in the hospital 10 months straight. It was to the point I had a DNR. If you don't know what DNR is, it's a do not resuscitate order, meaning that if Ellie wants to come and say hi. Hi. Say hi to the camera. This way. Hi. Okay. So I want to talk about a part of my testimony that is very important to me. Basically, like I was saying, it was hopeless. Doctor, like, we were all waiting for the end. Like, I had accepted that. Anyway, I don't want to get, like, too dark on here, but, like, yeah, no, I was definitely, like, going to the sky or wherever the heck. Anyway, so, a little bit about me is that I've been sharing my story for a really long time, and for some reason it was a lot easier to share the bad parts than the good parts. And I know that sounds really, like, backwards and crazy, but I noticed that it's harder for me to come on here and talk now about things than it was when I was, like, in the midst of those things. It's because I was living in fight or flight then, so I, like, had my emotions shut off for the most part. And now that I'm in a different place, I'm starting to feel the emotions and going through them, grief in different ways, things like that. So that's why I also wanted to make a point to come on here, and I wanted to tell, this is one tiny part of my story, my testimony, but I'm going to share my testimony in little pieces over time, because I think it's better that way for me to feel like getting everything out. Also, easier to digest, because, like, my story is long and big and great, but a lot to digest at one time. Anyway, so we were waiting for the end, see, like, September, and I don't know, I went to sleep, and in my dream that, okay, it's hard to put into words, so just please bear with me, okay? I always have dreams, so I'm used to them. But in this dream, I was sitting on this bench that was overlooking this lake or river or wherever. It's a real place I've been in Washington, D.C. There's this, like, bench that's, like, overlooking the water, and I have sat there before, and it's, like, the most peaceful thing ever. So in my dream, I was sitting there, and I was looking out onto the water, and the sun was setting, but, like, in a nice warm way, and I just was looking out the water, and I felt Jesus, God, both, one, I don't know, come sit by me, but I didn't look, so, like, I can't tell you what that was. It was like a feeling, like I knew he was there. I was looking out on the water, and he just came to sit by me, and we sat in silence for a few minutes, and then I said, why? And he's like, you'll see. And I said, I'll see, but I'm supposed to be dying. Like, what do you mean I'll see? And then he said, no, I'm going to heal you. And then I said, like, I didn't really say anything, actually. I don't think. It was like this. I was not speaking. This is hard, because this is, like, I'm telling you about a dream and this, like, but I'm telling you in words, but, like, there's no words to, like, say how it went. Because, like, how can you describe the glory of God? You can't literally do that. Anyway, so it was like this feeling of, like, I'm going to heal you. And then I was like, yeah, okay. And it was like, no, like, I'm really going to heal you. You're, like, and then everything that you went through will have been for a purpose. And then I sat there for a while with him, and then I said, why now? Like, why did it have to get so bad? Like, those were, I remember saying, asking something like, why did it have to get so bad before you came and you're healing me? Or like, why did it, I don't know. He just said, you'll understand. And then we sat in silence, but not uncomfortable silence. And when I woke up the next morning, I knew that dream was different, but a part of me was like, yeah, okay, like, have high, like, don't get your hopes up, because why would I, right? I've been sick for so long and being told that I wasn't gonna live very long. So crazy, but I didn't believe it. 2 weeks later, they removed my feeding tube because I was able to eat on my own again. 3 weeks later, they removed my breathing tube. A month later, I never had to use a walker, a wheelchair, anything again. I walk a mile every day, jog. I haven't got to running yet. Bear with me, okay, guys? It's only been 3 months since all of this, okay? Right, I went was like bed down, and now I'm like moving, so I'm trying. And like, even through all of these good things, I was still like not believing that I was gonna be healed, even though I was like, it was like actually happening. You know what I mean? Like, the doctors were like, I don't know what's different. Like, we didn't do anything different. You're getting better. We don't know. And just kept being like that, right? Until November, December. Then I'm like, okay. Like, I believed it. I mean, I believed it pretty much when it happened too, right? But like, a part of me. And since then, since that dream, I've had so many opportunities to talk about my testimony. I've had so many opportunities come up where people have wanted me to come speak at their church, wanted me to come speak at events. Like, so many times that there's been an opportunity for me to speak about God and his love and my testimony, but like, I was still saying no. And I know you're gonna think like, why would you say no? I wasn't saying no for the reasons that you think. Not that I didn't want to do it. I would love to do it. The reason that I was saying no to these things, and like even now I struggle with wanting to say no, is because I worry. No, I don't worry. It's like, how can I portray like the glory of God and stuff? And like, how can I represent him when I am nothing compared to him? Do you know what I mean? And it scares me to think that maybe if I say something wrong, it might push somebody further away from Christ and religion than push, like, you know. So fear is the reason why, not because I don't want to do it. So I will tell more about this story. Hold on.